It's your girl, Mikkel Rose, and today we are here at Iconix Radio. Make some noise, guys. Okay, y'all. Calm down. It's okay. To the people in the back, calm down. Today is going to be such an amazing interview. It's going to be an amazing episode, guys. I'm so excited. This is going to be literally like sitting at home. So today's special guest, guys, one of my brothers, one of the first gentlemen, one of the first kings that I got a chance to really connect with in a drop of a moment. First time we just connected like brothers and sisters. Dustin Danzie is in the building, guys.
What's happening?
Listen, what's up?
Man, I'm cooling, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, man.
I appreciate it.
You know, manifestation is so real.
Indeed.
Man, how you feeling today?
Man, I'm good, man. Got a chance to get out on 1960 where everybody driving crazy, man. And
Yeah.
You know, I ain't been down this way in a long time. I stay up there up north Tomball area, man. So just to get down here, man, and go back to the parts where I seen when I first moved here to Houston, man. It's a great thing, man. I'm feeling good. Just happy to be here. And before I even get started, I'm just proud of you, man. I want to put that out there.
Don't make me
I'm
cry.
so proud of you. Keep doing
People
what you're doing.
be crying on here all the time, and I ain't been
I'm
the
so
one.
proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Crossing paths with people like you, it made it. Crossing paths with people like you definitely is the reason why it was necessary for me to keep going. So thank you, my brother.
Indeed.
I'm telling y'all, this is like legit, like crazy that we're sitting here, but it was destined, and I can't go any further without letting y'all know how we met.
There we go.
Let's go how we met.
Right.
So most of you guys that don't know, Dustin, tell them how we met.
Man, we met at I Love Kickboxing Cypress location, man. It was crazy, man. I was kind of just getting started, and I seen them bring you on, and first thing I noticed was the energy. Even though you were observing me, I could already tell you was ready to jump out there and do your thing. And that's kind of how I was. You know, when I first walked in, I was ready to go. Like, I didn't want to wait. I knew how to give people energy.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew that's what people love. You know, when you're willing to give them some energy, they give it back to you, man. So I knew you were going to kill it. And when I came back and seen you running your own classes, I was like, oh, man, this is even better than I thought, man. You took over the whole room. It was amazing. So, but, yeah, I love kickboxing Cypress. I met a lot of good people there. Shout out, man. I love kickboxing. Is that still open?
I believe so.
Man, shout out to them, man. With some good people there.
Not the location that we were at,
Okay.
but definitely I believe the corporation is still in motion.
Definitely.
But look. Right. Okay, so let me exaggerate a little bit more about what happened, y'all. So Dustin was an instructor there, and I think that I was supposed to come to your class and take your class. So y'all, we had it. So this is a diverse area, real diverse. So I go up in there, and it's like, was it 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock in the morning. Dustin has everybody like working out to Atomic Dog. Mm-hmm. And he like hitting, look, come on, he hitting.
Shout out to the good bros, man. Shout out, man.
Dustin, and I'm like, man, it feel like a HBCU up in here. What's going on?
I had to introduce him to the coach. I had to. That's the only way I could do it.
I'm trying to tell y'all how we met, and I was like so blown away by you because I love meeting people that go against the grain. And you've always went against the grain. And I appreciate that. So Dustin basically was the reason I was like, you know what? Let me
be yourself, man. Just be yourself. That's it. Just be yourself. That was actually one of the first things I told you, actually, when you
Yep.
talked about running the class.
Yep.
I said the worst thing you can do is get up here and just try to be what you think they want you to be, man. Just be yourself, and they're going to have to adapt, and that's what I said. I said, just give them energy. They're going to give it back. And that's why when I came back, I was like, oh, okay, you got it. You got it, you know, and they loved you, man.
Dustin worked me out in a couple of his classes. I was like, I'm coming to his class just because I know I'm going to get to like 800 to 1,000 calories in like the first 5 minutes. So let me get there.
Don't get them burpees popping all day.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. This morning, I still work out on my bag. I have a personal bag with my gloves and everything. Y'all, I broke a nail during my workout today. And I was like, I want to go get it fixed. But because Dustin coming, I want him to know I'm still out there.
We out here getting it. Hey,
we still on the workout every day.
We got to.
So let's talk about Dustin Danzie, because initially I did say you've never changed. So in order to become the man that you are today, who are you? Like, who is Dustin Danzie?
Man, I'm definitely more than this body you see sitting across from me, and more of a spirit. You know, I give more than I receive. You know, I try to learn from my energy. You know, how I emotionally react to things. You know, that's what I observe. So I'm definitely more of a spirit than a body, man. I think that's what everybody see, man. I'm a friend. I value friendship, and I support people. I mean, that's my biggest thing, man. It's all about serving other people, man. So I can say I'm personally just a good friend. But, you know, Dustin Danzie, originally from Homer, Louisiana, certified speed and agility coach, author. I'm just trying to serve before I leave this place, man. That's it, man. Just trying to make sure they remember me. That's it, right there.
Empty your glass before you get up out of here, before you transition. And I think most people don't really understand what that means. I want you to come closer to the mic, because I want to ask you a real deep question
100.
before we get started. So you're from Homer, Louisiana. Where is Homer?
Homer, Louisiana is I-20, man. North Louisiana, they call it the Laces. They call it the boot, but we call it the Laces up there, man. So I'm from the Laces, man. It's about 50 minutes from Shreveport, Louisiana. It's about 50 from Monroe. So we right in the middle, I-20. You know, Grambling State University, Louisiana Tech. That's my area right there. Just a bunch of good old country folk, man. And they you know, I got out here, and that country stuff didn't work for me out here amongst these city folk, man.
And you know what? See, the thing about it is, I always talk about me being country, but Homer is...
we Homer, man. We country,
I'm
man.
from the city country, but Louisiana is country.
Country folk, man.
But it's home, though, man.
Yeah, it made me who I am today. You know, I can say, man, the city... When I first got here, man, I was speaking to everybody. You know, what's up now? You know, they don't do that out here, man. They look at me crazy, like I don't know you, but you know, it's like, but that's the city, man. Everybody in the city, you so used to seeing people in the city you'll never see again. You know, so naturally over time you just get this. I'm just gonna try to outdo everybody. I don't need, you know, just that one deep zero kind of mentality.
Facts.
But from the country, man, you know everybody. You know. So I mean, even if you get into it with somebody, man, you know that dude ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You go to school with his sister, so you know that's also why I get pretty heated, because if you gonna get mad at people, you get way mad at people. You know. So
Big
that's
facts.
why it's like that back home. You know. So you know it's crazy sometimes, but overall, man, bunch of good country folk, man. That just you can't go to the mailbox without hey, what's up?
Waving to somebody.
Yeah, somebody blowing their horn. And I miss that, So like I said, when I first got here, it was hard because they looking at me like, hey, man, but that was just my natural instinct. What's up? You look at me in my eye. What's up now? How you doing? But it's working out. I ain't stopped. I ain't changed. So
Thanks.
That works when it comes to speaking to parents. When it comes to training their kids and stuff, because they respect the friendship in me. They know they can come talk to me, man. So. That's me, man. Just a country boy in the city making it, man.
Making it happen. Yeah. Not just making it happen, but changing lives.
100.
One of my first close friends, actually, Candace Mitchell. Shout out to Candace. I love you. We're definitely going to get her on here soon. She has her own podcast coming. So I love you, Queen. She's an AKA. So shout out to the AKAs, y'all. I mean, I love you guys. I just love everything that she's doing. So Candace was the first person that introduced me to the coldest winter ever. And I knew that Candace and I would be great friends because I ain't really care about reading books.
Right.
I really didn't. It just wasn't my thing. So while we were at work one day, I had a book called Boundaries.
Okay, yeah.
It was
definitely.
Boundaries.
You gave me that book.
It was Boundaries.
Yeah.
And I gave you that book.
Yeah, you gave me that book.
I gave you that book.
I read that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was like, normally when you give people something, you're like, I want my shit back.
Right.
but,
No, I didn't. But
me
that's
and
what
you-
giving is. When you give something to somebody, you don't want it back. That's what it's about. Is you just know that it's just it's a bridge building. Once I finish it, give it to somebody else. Keep it going.
you know what? You were the first person that I can ultimately say that I feel so comfortable in that growing space, because it was literally like, I'm going to give you this, but I know you're going to give it to somebody else.
Exactly,
and you gave it to somebody else.
Exactly. I gave it to my business partner.
Yep, that's what you said.
I told him to read it, man. He read it as well. So definitely, man, I appreciate it. We're going to have to locate it then and see if I can get it back to you.
No, but that's the point.
He may have given it to somebody as well.
And listen, I'm telling you, I don't know, but I do know. It was like destined for me to create that ongoing give knowledge. Legit.
It was genuine and sincere as well, because I could tell when you gave it to me, you really got something out of it. And when you told me what it was about, I was like, I need that. And it was never, hey man, give me that back. It was more, okay, you got it then. That's what I'm supposed to be doing with this book right now. And I felt that, man. So, man, I appreciate that. That book had a lot of good stuff in it.
That was like, 3.5 years ago?
It was, man.
Boom,
and
we
we
still
needed
here.
Exactly. And we needed it to go forward, right? Because a lot of that book was being able to say no. Being a country boy, you tend to just want to try to come out here to the city and make people happy, man. But we both learned you can't make everybody happy.
Can't make everybody happy,
man. I don't care what you about, love or whatever. Somebody ain't feeling you.
Big facts.
It's just how it is,
Big
So
facts.
you just gotta lock into who you are and then appreciate all that information given to you on that journey. And that Boundaries book was a big part of the puzzle that got us both sitting here right now.
Big facts.
And en route to whatever it is we're gonna create next. So man, it's just a magical thing.
It's
man.
good, man. Oh my God.
Right.
Your beautiful wife. She's my Libra sister.
Yes,
Stamp
indeed.
that.
Yes,
Shout out to
indeed.
all my Libras.
What's up, man? What's happening?
Your young queens in training. How many daughters do you have?
So I got 3. Yeah, 3 daughters, man. God give me back. They said it's how it work, man. You out there wilding, God get you back. And
Wait a minute, the Q dog
Man.
represent.
get me back.
The Q dog got 3 princesses in.
I can't do nothing but say, you got me, bro.
He got you.
You got me. I'm straight. I'm done. I'm straight. So I'm trying my best,
Oh my goodness, it's so funny because you said that you said that when we met,
Right.
And then you recently had another beautiful princess.
Yeah, she's
so congratulations on
indeed,
that,
man. She's a quarantine baby, man. She was born and then the quarantine happened, and it's like she ain't see nobody, man, for a while. She was only people she knew was me, me and her siblings, man, and mama. So. She's starting to get out a little bit more now with us, ride around. She like to ride, but yeah, definitely, man. She's growing up, walking. I think she's gonna be my athlete, man. I'm praying. My other ones, they into arts and stuff, which I'm gonna support. But man, every athlete want that athlete. Man,
yes,
so
come on,
I think she's gonna be that athlete, man. She run around. She like to, throw stuff at people. She catching the ball already at 1, and she almost 2 in December. So man, so keep you posted.
Please, man. Look, this ain't the last time. It's definitely on from. It's only up from here for sure.
Right.
Okay, so let's get in a little bit deeper because home of Louisiana. That's where you was born and raised. What was it like for you growing up?
Man, and growing up in the country, man, like I said, man, you tend to get trapped in that world, man. That's a little bit about, my first book, which is called Do It Now, Don't Wait, was about 4 years of my life. It was about my 10th grade through sophomore year of college, man. And that's when in that book, I really displayed the type of things we seen, growing up. I'm from Homer, Louisiana, which is really a prison town. When they talk about South Louisiana, they sending me upstate. They most likely talking about my hometown. They sending them to Wade Correctional. So, Mac just got out. Mac was in the prison in my hometown for all those years since 1999, I believe. So, I believe he was there the whole time, man. So, but yeah, just growing up in a prison town, man, you kind of become a prisoner of your own mind, and that was the case with us because, let me be honest with you, man, growing up, if it wasn't for my mother's love and compassion, my whole thought process, which was like a lot of my partners was, man, I'm just going to shine in high school until I go to prison. you know, and that's just kind of how we thought, you know, we thought that was the way of life, you know, so, you know, growing up, you know, just getting trapped into, you know, I mean, I think about a 6th, 7th grade, I was already coming in, drinking, smoking, you know, coming in late. All
6th grade.
6th, 7th grade. I'm already doing it. It's because it's the country. Ain't nothing else to do, you know. So, and we thought that was life, you know, because that's what we seen the older ones doing. So in that book, you know, that's what I kind of displayed, which is, you know, it wasn't to say my mother was a bad parent. It's like, but when you're dealing in a small town, no father figures around with nobody, you know, and, you know, only father figures I seen, you know, they either sold us dope or try to get us to sell dope for them, you know, so, you know, it was like, that's what I seen as a dad or a man. So eventually, man, that gets in your mind and you just start saying, you know what, man, I'm just gonna shine in high school because I didn't play ball and then see what happened, you know. So, you know, growing up in that environment, it traps you, man. A lot of people never make it out that environment. You know, shout out to all my good country folk, man. Look at me, man. I'm here. You know, just let me send that energy to you right now. It's because I wanted to get out, though. You know, I wanted to get out. I wanted to shake it, and I ended up doing it by getting a Division I football scholarship. But that little part of life will have a way of pulling you back, and it did. So I'll get more into that as we talk about the book. But definitely, man, it was definitely hard, you know, trying to, you know, a woman trying to raise a man, especially a man with a little ego, because I was an athlete. You know, but she did what she
one of the star athletes.
Yeah, exactly, man.
For sure.
What she instilled in me though was to respect, and that respect is what made me eventually start listening, because that's the biggest thing with people from country town. They're very stubborn because, man, that's where life done got me where I'm at so far. It's because they don't know nothing else. They never seen nothing else, you know. So when I went to Southern Miss. And I'm walking around, like I say all the time, man, when I seen them people sitting under the trees doing work, man, that was like a culture shock. You know, I'm like, man, these folk actually care around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they going to class, they students.
They going to class. They real students.
I mean, so I'm looking around like, man, it was like.
I love that.
It was very uncomfortable, man. I stayed in my room a lot just because I didn't really know how to relate to my teammates at some time, you know. Not to say I was some thug. I wasn't that. It was just the energy that was placed on me. You know, we didn't expect much. So when you put much out there for it, when it's like, man, you got the whole world, you can make it pro for me. This D1, we play on ESPN Thursday, bro. It's like, man, it's too much right now. You know,
right.
I wasn't prepared for this, man. I go home, man, everybody smoking, drinking, and, you know, and got all kind of bad stuff on their mind. They're going to provide for their family. So it was a real big culture shock, man. But me seeing it is what changed my life, because a lot of them don't get out to actually see it. You know, they never see that stuff. So when I actually seen, even though it was uncomfortable, I seen it.
You saw
and I knew it exists. You know, so whenever I got back in the streets, it was like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. You know, it's like, man, this is what we're gonna be doing all day.
Right.
This all we got. So yeah, my book, Do It Now, Don't Wait, was really about the just trying to persevere through things you feel like you're trapped in. You know, and it all comes from me one day saying, I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. You know, and I always explain that whole scenario, man. I was just waking up in the middle of the night, looking around at my surroundings, and I had a panic attack, really. And I was just like, man, look, I gotta get out. You know, I'm looking around, man. I got guns everywhere. It's drugs everywhere. And I'm like, man, look, it's two things can happen right now. If the police bust in here right now, it's only two ways out of this: dying in a shootout or going to prison for the rest of my life.
Facts.
And that's when I'm looking around and I'm like, I can't do it. And I left, man. I actually spent about 3-4 weeks, man, just sleeping in my truck outside of Shreveport, Louisiana. But that was the way to get away. You know, just sleeping in my truck.
How old were you then?
Man, I was at that time 23, I believe, 22, 23.
So was this before? Was this before you graduated, or had you graduated already? And this, so you graduated.
So this is how it works. So I after my senior year, I committed to the University of Southern Mississippi on a Division I football scholarship. While I was there, my mother was terminally ill with cancer, so I transferred home to Grambling State University to take care of her. And play, you know. But when I got there, I didn't have enough credits, you know. And the book is about a promise I made to my mother, which the promise was to make sure she see me play football on the Division I, football field. Really, just play college football, right?
Right.
But it was called Do It Now, Don't Wait, because I started waiting. What I call the wait mentality. Once she got sick, you know, it was like, watching her die every day. It was like, man, hold up, guy, I don't do this. You know, like I made a promise, man. I'm trying to play. I didn't play at Southern Miss. Because of the clearinghouse. So when I got to Grambling, I'm like, okay, this is it. They were like, nah, you got to wait another year. I'm like, I can't do that. My mama dying, you know. So
Facts.
that messed with me mentally, you know. So I turned to the drugs and just trying to, free fall in existence. Trying not to think about what was going on.
Yeah.
But you know how, drugs, it gets you, man. It trick you. It's always, man, I'm going to quit next week. I'm going to quit next week. It's 2 months and went by, you still on it. So after she passed in 2006, I just wanted to get away from everything. Yeah. So I ended up moving in Shreveport, Louisiana with my sister, and the city. Shreveport is a country too, but Shreveport is a city.
It's a city, yeah.
It ain't no city to play with as well, So being in that environment in Shreveport, it just really trapped me in the club. This is that whole Bay area. That whole little scene right there, Hidden Club, Coco's, and it was it just one, that scene that we were in wasn't for the person that's trying to prosper in life.
Thanks.
It's for a person who's giving up and like, man, it's whatever it is, and I'm gonna just end up where I'm gonna end up. And that didn't sit well with my spirit at that time because I told you I'd seen something different. The ones who never seen nothing different, that's what they accepted.
Right.
So, that's that. Now, around this time, I'm about 21, 22, and that's when I really started just seeing my life going in the wrong direction, So that's when, 21, 22, that's when I finally just kind of woke up and was like, man, I got to get out of this. I can't do this no more. How did I go from being a star football player to sitting here, intoxicated amongst numbers, good brothers, man. I love my partners back home.
But who are also lost.
Right,
who were lost,
They were lost, man. We were all lost, So just I had to get out of it, man. And, a little bit of what I learned there is, again, what helps me today. But definitely. Mm-hmm.
I love that. Let's talk a little bit about while you were sleeping in your car, right, because you were looking to better yourself, right, outside of your environment. Right. Let's talk about, like, where did that pivotal moment kick in while you were in the car where you was like, you know what, right, now I got to do something. Now I got to get out of this car and right, make something shake.
Right. I think when it became clear that I wasn't going in the right direction, when it became clear that them same folks who was talking to me when I was at Southern Miss, when I'm on that high side, or that light side of the reality, they weren't talking to me no more. You
was in your car.
Right.
Ain't nobody calling. Yeah.
It was just a dark time, man. But again, I seen the play in life. I was like, okay, when you trying, you end up meeting people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you out there and you really living and you trying to do something, you meet people that's going to put you in places to actually grow. But when you stop and you give up, it go the wrong direction, Mm-hmm. So that's sitting in that car away from the noise that I was hearing, the reality that I was in, it really woke something up in me because, again, I seen it. Yep. I knew what it looked like. Yep. So that's when I told myself, whatever you got to do, get out of this hole. And I became committed. So that's when that do it now mentality set back in. And that do it now mentality is just simply whatever I got to do, whenever I got to do, I'm going to get it done. Yeah, I don't care what I gotta do. I don't care. I told myself, get back in school. I'm gonna play football. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And I started creating it. I just sat there and I rocked for days. I would just sit there and just rock, and I'd be like, man, I need to go get something to eat. I always kept a little change on me, and I would just go to the store. You know how I had Debbie cakes.
Yeah.
Chips,
I got you. Yeah, chips and some soda.
Man, bad for me now, but it got me through back then.
It got you through.
You know what I'm saying? It got me through. You know what I'm saying? So
$4 noodles. Listen,
hey, man, you got to do what you got to do, man. But one, I remember, man, I had a flat, man, and I ended up walking to a store way up the street, man. I remember sitting at the store, man. You know how you see the guy sitting at the store asking for a phone, asking for change, and so I was just asking people for their phone, and they, people, and I'm looking like, okay, I'm clearly on that dark side right now, but I didn't view it as a negative. I was like, I seen it from a wise eye. I was like, okay, I remember being that guy everybody want to speak to.
Oh.
So I'm at the bottom. You ain't got nowhere to go but up right now. So when I seen that from that view, it became a challenge to me to get back to where everybody wanted to know me again. So that was the do it now in me. That spark was, okay, I'm at the bottom, and okay, I'm gonna get myself up. So every day it became, I'm gonna keep doing this and keep trying until everybody want to talk to me. Now everywhere I go, when I see people that actually see me in that, man, they cry when they see me. Some of them don't even. I seen a partner at the store in Shreveport. He don't remember me. He was like, man, I'm like, because my self-image changed. I changed my self-image, so my reality changed. So, man, it takes a lot, man. For anybody out there listening, man, it ain't easy, man. But you know what, man, you just got to have that perseverance mindset, and that's why my next book is called "The Answer Is Perseverance." That's the title.
Let's talk about it.
So the answer is perseverance, man. I'm writing to
The
really,
answer is perseverance.
The answer is perseverance,
Okay.
right? And because a lot of people that's in that hole, in that dark space right now, they looking for an answer, right?
Yep.
And that's I'm just putting in the answer is perseverance. Like, what do you want? Figure out what you want. The reality you want.
Wow.
And then go. Don't think about it. Just go.
Just go.
But see, that's
Wow.
why I want to do it now. Don't wait to coincide with the answer is perseverance.
So it's almost like, if you don't mind me saying, it's almost like a series.
It is.
Like one has to go with two.
It has
you
to go
can't
with
read two until
Right.
you get
You
cop
have
one.
to read, do it now.
I love
Don't
that.
wait. Once you read, that's why I wanted it an
Facts.
hour at the most. Just so people can read it and be like, okay, I'm caught up now, and let me read this because I'm writing this next one in third person. Right, so it's actually fake characters, but it's based on my life,
Yeah.
and so a lot of people gonna read it, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, I do remember that,"
I like that.
But it's actually another character, man. But the whole book is just about this kid who was placed here, by an angel, right? He just kind of was placed here, and he wanted to go back with the angel, but the angel was like, you will understand. You'll understand one day why you got to be here.
Wow.
And I'm like, because, and the book starts off with something that I experienced, like it really was my real life. It was my first memory of life was an altercation with my big brother and somebody else in the house.
Yeah.
And it was just like I came into this world with screams, and it was just chaos from the first day. I remember looking around.
Wow, that's deep.
And I'm like, it was just chaos, right? And I was like, no, I don't want to be here because the energy was different, right?
Yeah.
And this angel was, you gotta stay. You'll understand one day. And the whole point of the book is he's looking for answers because it never stops. The chaos, the drama, and he's like, why am I here? And the answer in the end is perseverance. So that's how that book. Right, so it's gonna be a good read for everybody, man, because you'll see a lot of your life. A lot of people see a lot of their life in it as well. But at the end of the book, you'll understand that no matter what you're going through, if you just ignore it and fight for what you want, the answer is always perseverance.
Go through
Just
it.
keep
Persevere.
going. Just keep
Don't
going,
stop.
man. Yeah, that's it, man. That's the problem with people, man. People overthink stuff. Just go, man. Like, I mean, you wouldn't have been here if you would have just been like, nah, we don't do this. We don't want to say that. Let's just go.
Just
man.
go.
Like, learn on the way. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think it was like maybe a week ago. I was doing an interview, and before we started, I like to talk to everybody,
Right.
and I was like, a couple of months ago, something was just like, go.
Right.
Like,
That's it,
don't
man.
think about it.
Just go.
Just go.
Learn on
And
the way.
I feel that it was the spirit of my mother that was just like, go, And once I just started just like, I don't care, And ever since then, just like I've been doing stuff, right? But it's on a whole nother different level now. It's like I have no choice but to do this.
You can't stop now.
It's like she like go.
Yeah, it's
and
part of your reality now.
Don't stop.
That's all you know.
That's it.
And every successful person, that's the trait that they have.
Facts.
They don't. I mean, you got to think about some of these people have been exposed for the whole world to see. Right, situations for the whole world to see, and social media can carry it so fast now, right?
Yeah,
But people like Diddy. I think one of Diddy's first events, it's like some failed. 9 people got killed, I believe, trampled. Wow. That should have stopped him.
Yeah. Big facts.
But he didn't stop. He just persevered through it. So that's just life. If you want it. But the people who fail are the ones who come up with excuses.
Big facts.
And then they just stop. So.
That actually brings me into something that's really important because we were talking about this earlier. So now that you're an author, you're dropping your second book. You're releasing. I'm talking about dropping records and stuff.
16s and everything.
Listen, look, but you're releasing your new book.
Right.
Something has to influence you.
Right.
Who influenced you to continue? Well, who influenced you to start this journey? Like, I know you've always been very strong because of your mother and her love and her lessons and life lessons, right? But outside of that, who influenced you to where you are today?
I think, when I seen Tyler Perry, because I can remember watching his plays when he first came out. I was always interested even at that time. I think I was like 10th grade, you know, and even at that time, I seen enough that I felt like people could watch a movie of what I've been seeing already.
Wow.
You know? And so watching him grow definitely inspired me to where he's got, you know, his own network and his own, place where he's doing his movies. He's bought out, you know, a part of Atlanta to, you know, just watching his journey. It really inspired me to just really get my message out there, right? And then what inspired me to go through with it was really just people, man, just having conversation. I'm very transparent. I think you can see that, man.
Facts.
I don't hold nothing back because I ain't experienced it for me to keep it in my head.
Right.
I feel like, you know, whole life is just a book, you know, you writing, and you want to, you know, people sometimes need to know, you know, about certain chapters you've been through, you know, that's going to help them with their book, you know. So, you know, I over time, man, people, every time I talk to somebody about a part of my life, and they be like, man, you need to write that, bro. Like, man, you need to do a movie, you know. And I'm like, but to me at the time, it was just like, nah, I mean, I don't know if everybody got a story. You know how that is, but that's that stop you mentality, right? That's that stuff that gets you to stop, right?
Yep.
And so for 3 years, man, to be honest, when I went to Arkansas to graduate and I played football that 1 year, we had a teammate that passed, right? And you know, the next day or next week, they brought the team together to just talk about their journey so everybody can know each other, you know, because we didn't really know the dude. It was like the first week of practice, and he passed out. And that was the first time, I think I was 23, 24 then, that I stood up in front of everybody and talked about my life. And, I mean, most of them were crying. You know, these are college football players, you know, and even the coaches was just like, you know, crying, you know, looking at me tell my story, you know, and that was the start, because every one of them teammates was like, hey, bro, man, you need to write that, bro. Like, man, that'll help some people, man.
So you talking about your teammates on the football team?
On the football team, man. To me, it was just me talking about, you know, trying to go. You know how you know when it's like in church, right? When they say, come up here, and you're like, man, I don't want to go, but I got some calling, you know. So I'm sitting there, you know, I listen about 10 people talk, right? I'm like, man. You know, and then coach was like, we're going to allow about 1 or 2 more. And it was like, boom, I just jumped up. Right. Yep. You know, it was like, you know, so I just started talking. But at that moment, I had never talked about any of it with nobody.
Wow.
I never talked about it. Only my partner that was up there with me. Shout out to Rashid. Now, he's a lawyer now, man. I'm so proud of you, brother. He knew because he was around us in Shreveport. You know, he would see us what we were, you know, what we're doing, you know. So I can remember when I started talking, he's like, you know, me and you, our connection. He's just sincere, genuine, really care, support people. I remember looking in his eyes, he was just like, yeah, do it. You know, and it was just giving me, and it made me comfortable because he's from my hometown. He know, you know what I'm saying? So, and I just started talking, man, and just letting it out. And, man, by the time I got to, you know, the part where my mom was, you know, dying and trying my best to stay up for her, man, everybody was crying, man. But after I did that, man, it was like, that was the start to everybody saying, hey, man, you need to write that. You need to write that, bro. You need to write that. And over years, I just kept, every time I would talk about my life with somebody, it would be some new, hey, man, why don't you write a book? And then and I guess 2019 was the first time I said, I got to do this. You know, I have to do this.
2019,
I said, I have to do this, right? And I said, all right, let's go. And boom, I got to work, and there we go.
Now, let me say this. All y'all that's listening, that's Facebook friends, that back in the day, you need to write that book. You need to write that book. Right. You better go buy that book, both of them. There's one out right now because you saw it, you witnessed it. So let me put this out there so we can stamp this. As you all may or may not know, we have started the Iconix Radio Book Club. Each and every book that's being presented by Iconix Radio Book Club is from an author that will be or has been or currently being a special guest here. So please know that both books will be on the Iconix Radio Book Club. There's a lot more that's going to spring off of that, so stay tuned. So we can't wait to get your books in so we can definitely keep it in rotation right here. At Iconix Radio, Rose Chronicles, The Partition, Kicks and Tricks. It's going down, guys. So don't think this is the last time you're going to see Mr. Danzie. It's on. Appreciate you. It's on. So now you're a people's person. Right. And you just don't talk to just anybody. You work with the kids, man. Right. Oh, man. So you started a business. Right. You teamed up with someone and y'all making history.
doing it.
Y'all making it happen. Let's talk about the uplift.
The uplift, right? The uplift.
Is this it?
The you, baby. Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
the you. So you ain't think I caught it. Come on.
Yeah,
let's talk about the uplift. I love it.
Right. So the uplift, man, located in Tomball, started from me and my business partner Casey Dupre, who's also from Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana.
Wow.
You know, I met up with him. You know, we actually hired him when I was a director at a facility in the Woodlands, and I noticed very quickly that he was like me. You know, he wasn't really in the ego. He was just about the kids. You know, it wasn't it was never about him. It was just about giving all his energy to the kids. And I told him, you know, man, if it don't go right here, man, we can do our own thing, you know. And at that time, he was younger, so he didn't know what I was on yet, right? And then, you know, when I was working at I Love Kickboxing, I actually was sitting in a Atascocita location. I was sitting there in between classes, and I started drawing a U. And it was just coming, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah,
you know,
I remember.
So I called him and I said, man, we're gonna talk about something when we get there. And you know how life works, man. When you start talking about stuff, you start writing it down.
You're putting it out in the universe.
Man, you know, so and I remember I came in one day in the office at the facility up there we were training at, and he was drawing one. I said, you better be careful now. When you start doing that, and when I said that, he was like, I was like, be careful, bro. When you do that, stuff is gonna start happening to push us to it. And right on cue, man, things start going sour. You know, it just wasn't right. I felt like we wouldn't be appreciated, and that's how
I remember that.
Right. It's how it worked.
It was crazy.
And then next thing you know, we in a picture throwing up a U with about 40 swimmers behind us, you know, and it was like
that was your. Let me be clear. Mm-hmm. That was your first official contract. Mm-hmm. Y'all didn't have a building that you could work out of. Nothing. You had absolutely nothing. He was working at I Love Kickboxing and at another job. Right. You were working 2 jobs at that time, bro. I remember that.
3, actually. I was doing my own private training as well.
You should. Mobile training.
Right. So
Look, I remember that.
Man, I was everywhere.
That was crazy.
But again, do it now.
And somebody came to you and offered you guys. Y'all had nothing. Y'all ain't had no LLC. They had no DBA.
All we had was just had to do it.
That's it.
That's it. But that's how it
First
works.
Team.
Just go. That's it.
That's first team was swimming team.
We had a swimming. Was working with a swimming club up in the Woodlands. Man, that they really gave us the confidence needed to really keep it going. It's always gonna be something on your journey that's gonna keep you going if you really pay attention. People that don't pay attention miss it. But whenever you get down, man, it's so crazy how this universe works. It's gonna send something right at you.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened, man. And we still going to this day, man. We're still training. You know, we're probably, no, I'm not gonna say probably. We are the premier volleyball trainers. You know, we train mostly volleyball athletes now. We've made a name in this city for volleyball training.
Wow.
And it's just great, man, every day to give kids what I feel like I didn't have, which was a mentor. Because if I just had a mentor to tell me, and this is a word right here, I always tell my athletes, man, whenever you say you're going to do something in life will always find a way to say, prove it.
Wow.
That's just how it works. You don't ever know which angle it's coming from. It will always find a way and say, prove it. No, prove it. You say you're going to do it, prove it. You know, and it's like God just sitting there you said, you don't want it. Right, because that's what most people. So when that thing hit, say prove it, they come up with excuses. Right, but only the few say, "Oh, I know what this is. It's one of them prove it moments." Right.
Right.
So when that prove it moment hit, I knew I was wise at that time.
Yeah.
So now that's what I get to these kids is that knowledge and saying, "Oh, what you going through? Oh, that's just a prove it moment. Just prove it," and they get it. You know. But if we go back to my journey. When I couldn't play at Southern Miss and I knew I had to wait another year, I didn't have a mentor that said, "No, this is just a prove-it moment, bro." And so instead, I had a negative, point of view of what I was going through. You know, it's like I didn't see it. I thought, man, I made it out, man. I got out, bro. I'm here now. Don't do me like this. It was like, man, why? It was all over. The world was just falling on me, right? So, but if I would have had a mentor. To say, so basically my whole journey now is I'm going to make sure I get in what I didn't have. Like, that's it. So that's what pushes me every day is like training is cool. I love training, but not as much as I love just seeing them kids, inspired and confident and knowing that I'm giving them what we didn't have growing up.
Right.
So that's the whole journey, and that's why we call it the uplift. It's because that's what we're trying to do. It's training, like I said, is cool, but that's second. That's behind our want to really build these kids' character to where they're ready to persevere.
Love
and
that.
they understand that whenever you say you want something, you're going to have to prove it, right? And
Yep.
everybody right that hear this right now going to think back to their life and be like, man, that's real,
Right.
because something you said you wanted to do, right? I'm going to get up every morning and work out at 5 a.m.
And
something happen.
The beautiful thing that I've seen is the results.
Right.
I want to say just about every single week, I've seen students of yours,
Right.
of your company,
Right.
they coming out with results.
Yeah.
They're coming out with rewards,
Right.
scholarships.
Yeah,
they signing deals.
Right. And most importantly, they understand.
They understand and discipline.
Right, they understand.
Yeah.
And that's what we build is
I love it.
When they walk out that facility, man, we want them to understand that life, like I told you when we was talking earlier, man, it ain't gonna never be in order, man.
Facts. Big facts.
That's what mess people up. They think, man, one day it's gonna know it not. It's gonna always be some stuff going on. Even when you get that big $1 million bag, right?
Oh, it's coming.
New stuff gonna be happening. It ain't ever gonna be a time where you can just sit back, and just it ain't nothing going. It's not. If it is, you're not growing.
That's
right?
it.
So that's what you want. You want to be growing. So embrace it and understand, man. Just keep proving it.
Keep
proving
proving
it. So if you make that $1 million bag, and your next thing is I want to make a $10 million bag.
Facts.
Prove it.
Prove it.
I bet
Come
you
on.
want it.
Don't just say it.
Right.
Prove it.
And then the biggest thing is execution. Like,
that's
what a lot of people don't do. They don't execute, and that's the hardest part. Is you can have it on your mind, but you got to be able to execute. And execute means grow. It means talking to people smarter than you. And getting people around you that know more than you.
That's it.
And not being afraid to be smaller in the room. But that's a lot of people.
Man, that's deep. But that's facts.
They want to be the biggest. They comfortable when they got let's say a rapper. He's comfortable when he got a bunch of up and coming guys in the room with him, right? But when a real rapper walk in the room, he get uncomfortable, because he's smaller now. He feel like, and that's what makes him, it makes him go the wrong direction. Instead of saying, man, like we genuine. It's like, man, I want to listen to you, man. What do you know? Like, what can you teach me? But instead, them type of people fall back. They rather just act like they not interested. Moreover than just actually asking the guy for some insight on what made him get so big. So that's people. That's people, and that's what I've learned over life. Just really trying to stay in a position where you can grow and understand it, man. Prove it, and that's what we teaching these kids, man, because they go through stuff too. We talking to them, and these kids, and then, man. I worked in the school district as well as a physical education teacher, man. Some of these kids' stories, man, you just be like, man, wow.
And they look like, to the other kids, everybody look like they got it together. They got this, they got that, or whatever. But then when they know they can come and talk to you, no matter their race, no matter their age, no matter boy, girl, whatever, they know, they feel comfortable to talk to you about different things because
they know I'm a human.
Let me tell you why. Because they know you're a mentor.
Right.
They know you're a mentor. Some people don't even, kids don't even understand, Iconix Radio. That's why we started the radio station, because we wanted to build a platform where independent people, independent creators could come and say, I know I may not be able to get on this major platform, but my stuff is still good. I got here on my own, but I did it from a creative standpoint. I deserve a chance. But then the most important thing is that they learned from somebody. They studied somebody. They icons. Every artist or every creator, every entrepreneur we've had on the show, everybody has somebody that influenced them. Somebody so they come to you because you are a mentor. Like you said, everybody needs a mentor.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
And I always break it down to the kids. It's like, okay, you think you can do this on your own? They're young, especially the big time athletes.
For sure.
And I'd be like, man, okay, so if you walk into a store, right, and you want to know what something is, would you spend 20 minutes walking around trying to find it?
Right.
Or would you just ask the person that worked there where it is
Right.
and get it in 20 seconds?
Right.
Right.
That's
So
it.
that's just how it is. Like, I'd rather ask the person that worked there, hey, what is it, and get it why. And that's just your shortcut. Not saying you're not working hard, it's you working smart. Right?
That's it.
I'm gonna get a mentor. So whatever field you're in, like, man, seek out a mentor. You know,
That's
and
it.
then, it's just think about and be like, hey, even if they won't talk to you, man, I guarantee you, man, these people, they respect it if you just keep, bothering them. They like, man, this person really want it, because they don't want to waste their time with people who just want to hurt them, get some quick fame.
Yep.
All right,
that's
so,
it.
but when you like, nah, I need this, I just want to know this. Hey, all I got is 2 questions for you, and I'm done with you. And then you come back, I got 2 more.
That's it.
Like, they like, I like this person, right?
That's
so
it.
that's just how it is. So it's all about a mentor. And when the kids come into our facility, that's what they feel. Like I told my business partner, Casey, I said, it ain't about what they see when they walk in here. It's about what they feel.
That's it.
That's all it's about. It's
Big
about
facts.
what they feel. That's culture, right? Anything. When I came in here, I felt at home, right? Because y'all got good culture here. You got a married couple and working together. Man, ain't nothing better than that.
That's right.
Seeing
Thank
the team.
you.
So it's just, I felt like I'm walking in y'all living room. Like, okay, man, this is cool, man. It's 100,
man, welcome home, though.
Hey, exactly,
Big
man.
facts.
So that's what you want to keep is that culture. But the problem, a lot of people is they want to invite a lot of people that really don't have their best interests
at
around
heart.
them,
Big facts.
and then they start getting swayed by them people because they listen instead of saying, you know what, this is our thing. Now let's seek out a mentor who's on the next level where we want to get. So that's because they don't want nothing from you. They good where they at. That's who you got to associate with them people, And then once you get there, do what you're doing, which is service. Now I'm gonna help other people come up.
That's it.
Now, so everything y'all are doing is beautiful, man. But yeah, the uplift that's what we're about, is just really uplifting these kids and giving them mentors that we didn't have, because my business partner, also has a story as well. So
I love that, man. It's a lot of gems dropping up in here, y'all. As usual, again, Iconix Radio, we're not just about artists. We're about creators. We're about entrepreneurs. We're about people that's making a difference in the community around the world, close and abroad. Right. So let's get a little bit more funner up in here. Okay, so you are a music head.
Okay, I love music.
You're a music head, man, but you got your discipline. Right. But we're gonna get into that in a minute. Right. But let's talk about, what do you consider good music?
Man, something that touches your soul, man. If it don't touch my soul, I can't listen to it. Shout out to Big Crit.
Hey!
That's it, man. If it don't touch my soul, I can't listen to it, man. So, riding with me, to be honest with you, man, it's kind of crazy, man. You might hear a bunch of shamanic flutes and wolves howling, but that's my way of balancing out.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Shout out to Dean Middle School, man. All the coaches there, man, they got on me every day, because if I be in my little office, I have my little flutes going, and shout out, hey, that's just me, man.
Wait a minute, you had a wolves?
Man, I love that. I love it, man. And the reason why that is the case is because
clear it up.
Because hey, don't clear. I love it. That's me.
Half the people understand why they hear the rainforest.
Yeah, so the most peaceful part in my life was when I started listening to that stuff. Wow. It was a way to get away from, like I said, the noise, right?
Yeah.
And of course, when the partners were here, man, what you listening to, bro?
Yeah.
You tripping, bro. Because they don't understand, man. I'm trying to get out of this right here. I don't really want to be around this, so I'm gonna create something different. So whenever I go back to that, it's just my way of reminding myself that, man, no matter how far deep you get or how high you get, you can always start over, man. You just always start over, man. If you still alive and you woke up, that's what happens when you wake up. You reset, right?
Yeah.
You put your battery, your phone on the charger to boost back up, right? Then
that's
you take it off. It's ready to go for however how long, right? So while you awake and you're conscious of what's going on, man, that's your opportunity to create something, right?
I love that.
And so that's just my charge up. So I'll put my flutes on, and I'll be right. I picked up a partner back home with it on. Just one thinking,
you just sing your song like, what's up? All right.
He looked at me. He was like, man, everybody got their thing, bro. I was like, already.
But okay, so when he said that, did you change it? He was like, no, you good.
I explained to him, and he was like, man, that's why you, my nickname back home was Skin. That's why you Skin. That's why you who you are, bro. And I'm like, bet, so he understood, Shout out to my partner, man. But then I switched it up, man. Put it on stuff, he was on, his frequency, So
got you.
But yeah, music, man. I'd say, Big Crit, man, definitely. J. Cole.
Yep.
Man, you know what? My nephew, man, shout out Rick Dub, man. Rick Dub is an artist as well, man.
Rick Dub, what's up?
One of the biggest artists from Northern Louisiana, man.
Okay.
He lives out here. He lives in Porter, man. So shout out to Rick Dub, man. he put me on Money Man, you know, because that's kind of a bit as a businessman, you know.
Yeah.
He knew I didn't really listen to a lot of stuff that reminded me of street life. You know, that's
Facts.
just where I'm at right. I don't like to hear a lot of stuff that reminds me of what we were going through, right? It's just where I'm at right now. I don't like to go back.
Right.
But only when I write. So when I write, I'll listen to Zero because it taps me back into what I used to see.
Man, I was just jamming Zero.
Right.
The Life of Joseph McVeigh.
My God, man. So, man,
listen.
let the truth be told,
man. That's classics, man. Come
I probably
on.
could still to this day rap every song on that whole album, man.
Come on.
So when I
shout
write,
out to Zero.
Shout out to Zero, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet you one day, brother. If you ever come across this,
Most
man, just to appreciate you, man, for your work and you know how you kind of related to what I was seeing, man. So, but I'll listen to him when I write because it gets me back into that frequency I used to be on.
Yeah.
But as far as like now, you know, Money Man is probably the only rapper that I listen to that's being that trap kind of.
I'm gonna check him out. Money is that with 2 N's?
Money Man. I don't think so. It's just Money Man. Just look him up, man. He's my nephew. He was like, he ain't never made a wax song. I was like, bro, get the hell out of here.
I'm gonna check him out.
But he's nice, man. He just inspired. All he talk about is ways to make money.
Shout out to him.
That's it, man. Shout out to Money Man from Atlanta.
That
Money Man is great. You know, he's inspiring, man. You just listen to him, and he also does like a little podcast as well.
Nice.
Where he talks about different ways to make money legally. You know,
I love that.
And he's different. He's really different.
Man,
that's why you don't know him because he don't really hang around people. He stays where he is, and that's what I liked about him. I
love
story.
that.
So Money Man and man, I couldn't tell you nobody else, man. That's kind of it. And like I said, my little regimen is audio books.
but that's stamped though because that says a lot about your growth and no disrespect to anybody that listens to whoever else, right?
Man. I love music.
But everybody got they niche, right?
Right.
So with that being said, that takes me into my little game.
Okay.
So every now and then I bring a guest on, and when we bring a guest on, we like to have fun and ask them like a quick little like what do they think?
Right.
So earlier today I was listening to somebody, and you put me in the mind of you give me this vibe, but on a more mellow level. But you straightforward. I've always respected that about you. So I'm going to call out these names, and you just tell me the first thing to come to your mind.
All right.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Damon Dash.
Damon Dash.
I know. So you never know
Damon
who I'm going to call out.
Right. So I don't know much about Damon Dash other than, his stint, with Jay-Z and everything they've been through. But but I do know he's very ambitious. Very ambitious. He's very smart, very intelligent. Shout out to Dame Dash, man, for what he created, man. Get back on the scene. I don't know what they're doing now.
I'm going to send you a link today. I'm telling you, man. Him and Nick Cannon did an interview. And, Nick is like, man, he wilding, but in such a, but he's awakened on many levels. So I'm going to send you that link. But I wanted to but because you said that, and I know you was like, Damon Dash, I'm going to send you this link and you're going to check it out. But exactly what you said is exactly what he is, So I'm going to send you that. So my next person is going to be interesting, and I just really want to know, like what you get from him. All right. C Murder.
Man, C, man. I grew up on C, man.
Let's go.
C was, you have a lot of artists that really didn't live it.
Yeah. Talk about it.
They ain't living
Talk
like
about
that,
it.
Man. Like guys like C Murder, BG, and Soulja Slim.
Yeah.
They were really out there, man.
Big facts.
They were really involved with everything they talked about. It was really their reality. So, I hate his situation. Prayers, to his family and everything for the situation, man.
He was just in La Boosie movie.
He was.
I gotta
check that out,
man. Yeah, y'all check that out for sure.
Check that out, man. Is he still incarcerated?
No, I think he got out. He out.
100, man. Him and Mac, so I gotta check something. That show you why, man. I'm just in work.
I know.
So I gotta catch up, man, with Louisiana artists, man. But C Murder, man, I can remember, man. Rest in peace, my big bro, man. I remember when my big brother spent a lot of time in California and Seattle, Washington, right?
Yeah.
So, he was, he when he came back to Louisiana after he had been shot in Seattle, we put him on No Limit. This was 1997. I was a little boy, So 1997, I remember I played Mystical for him. Here I go. You know, he
Yeah.
had never heard nothing like that because he all he knew was, you know, all the West Coast
Shout
artists.
out to Mystical.
Yeah, E40. He was on all that Yuck Mouth. I don't
Yeah.
know, all them boys. You know,
Yeah.
so when I played it, I remember my brother. And my brother loved music. You know, my brother was just like, man, who is it? And I'm like, man, that's Mystical. And he said, somebody said that you were looking for me.
Here I go.
My brother
Hey.
said, like, he lost it. You know, he was just crazy. And I remember,
Yeah.
see, my brother was if he liked it, he was all in.
Yep.
So I think the next week, I pulled his drawer out. He had every No Limit cassette that it came out. He went into a store and bought every No Limit cassette that it ever came out.
Wow.
At that point, every one of them. Right.
Fire.
And I remember that C Murder charge. What was not charged to the game, but Life and Death.
Okay.
Life and Death came
Yep.
out. And man, we bumped that back road. It's, you know, Louisiana country road. We call them back roads back home.
Come
you know,
on.
back road. My big brother, you know, he doing his thing, you know, and I'm just riding with him. And I can still hit a beat in my
That's
head
deep.
right now. So, like, when I think of C Murder, man, I think of my childhood. You know,
Yep.
just, you know, watching my brother, trying to figure out who I was by watching my big bro, and glad he survived what he went through to be around me. You know.
There you go.
And so when I hear C Murder, that's what I think about, man. My childhood and watching how excited my brother would get. Listen to Swamp, you know, 504 Boys. And
Look
man,
at you. Shout out to Louisiana,
man,
y'all.
You know, so, man, it's some classics, man. And every once in a while, I do go to my music and I type it because I just want to hear it, especially
You just
on my
wanna hear
Fridays.
it.
And I'll just type in some
Fridays are what to you?
So Friday, you know, just to know about my discipline, my self-discipline, man. I think everybody I'm around, they know this about me. I only listen to music on Fridays, right? Because Saturday through Thursday, I only listen to audiobooks. All right. So Saturday and Sunday I listen to, that's like my spiritual days. So I'm listening
That's deep.
I'm listening to books about the subconscious mind, the alchemy, things that
The Alchemist?
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
I mentioned that on a couple
Right.
of interviews.
It's a great
Man,
book.
that's my okay.
Great
Did
book.
I mention that to you or
I came across it. It's a
bro?
book.
That one's fire.
It's fire, man. It's another one just like that named The Golden Key.
Really?
The Golden
Key. I'm gonna check that out.
Is a great book to read. So I read them kind of books on Saturday and Sunday.
Audio, right?
It's an audio book, yeah.
Nice.
And then on Monday through Thursday, I listening to nothing but books written by multimillionaires. So that's all I listen to, business books Monday through Thursday. So that's kind of my regimen.
Who you listening to right now?
So I just finished 50 Cent. Like I think he's got about 10
Wow.
more minutes on his book right now. 10 more minutes. I was on riding up here listening to it.
50 is
Man, I didn't know. I mean, I like his work with Power. I'm not really big on watching TV, but my wife loved Power and stuff like that.
that's my girl. Libra says
Yeah,
what's up,
she
girl?
love that, man. That's her thing, man. I
Me
fall
too.
asleep, man. If I watch
Me-
it, I'm fall asleep, man. I can't do it. And then and people know this about me, man. I don't like for nothing to control my emotions. So I don't like to be in a good mood,
I
and then
got
I'm
you.
mad because some show got me
And
pissed
it
off.
will literally
I
have
hate
you
that kind of
like
stuff.
that. I'm telling you, man.
My wife got me to watch the Get Out. I was mad for about 2 weeks. I was mad
you
for 2
was
weeks.
like, it might be somewhere around here like
Man,
that.
I was in a great mood until
I
I
took
watched
it out.
it.
Because nobody never really won.
Man, when he came down that stairs and where his keys was,
Yeah.
I must have jumped up. I had to walk up the road because I just was so mad. I was like, see, I want to watch this kind of stuff. So I'm not really big on them.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I'm here for it.
So yeah, man.
That's what's up.
That's my little regiment, man. But that also leads to where Friday, when I do listen to music, man, it's all day long, man. I'm trying to listen to anything. Of course, music is on all week at the facility
For
the
sure.
kids, But when I'm having me time, it's only audiobooks, But when it comes to Friday, man, I can't wait for Friday.
You can't wait for Friday.
I can't wait.
Turn up.
I can't wait, man. I cannot wait,
Man, you're going to definitely have to get Iconix Radio just on full play because I just want to just say all the artists on Iconix Radio, they're amazing and they're great creators. From Afro beats to EDM to pop, soft rock, hard rock.
Right.
Shout out to my girl, Fashion. Fashion just released Your House. Y'all, it's just going down. So definitely, go ahead and tune in 24 hours nonstop.
Man.
We rocking that thing.
You know me, man. Friday, I'm in there with you, man. I appreciate it. Definitely keep me linked up with it too, man.
Oh man, it's going down. Mm-hmm. Most definitely. This one last person I'm gonna call out because I just have to because if I didn't, this wouldn't be right. Eric Thomas.
The motivational speaker.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah, Eric Thomas, man. Man, he'll touch you, man. I love him. Inky Johnson as well. That played for Tennessee. Those two, man. Like I remember, I was, everybody go through that down period, right? I'm not perfect, and I just know how to prove it, right? That's what we were talking about. But I remember going to YouTube and I just typed in Eric Thomas' name, man, and it went right to. I just clicked on the first one. And I was straight for the rest of the day, man.
That was it.
Because his story, man, it's kind of similar, to mine, in some sort of way, as far as the energy that's attached to where he was and where he is now. So, man, Eric Thomas, man, big ups to you, bro. Continue to inspire people and continue to be the best. Him talking about, he heard somebody woke up at 4. I'm waking up at 3.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's our thing now. It's like, okay, how can I – because it's always a competition. I embrace the competition, but my motto is always just love people. So I love them. I don't want to outdo you so I can look down on you. Mm-hmm. I want to outdo you so I can provide for my family and be the best. You only do it because you want to be the best, man. So, that's that mentality he has and the way he spoke about it, the way he speaks about it.
Yeah.
And
it's relatable.
It's just relatable, man. And when you hear it, you kind of relate it to your life and say, you know what, I need to get with the program. Or he just kind of conveys that message to you that, man, you know what, you there, but it's always some more.
That's it.
So I had a young 7th grader in the facility last Saturday, one of the best young athletes I've worked with, and I said, all right, man, look at me. It's that mentorship we do. I said, man, you one of the best young athletes I've trained. I said, but your peers are here. You're here right now.
Yep.
I said, your goal is that when they get here, you here now.
That's
and
it.
He looked at me. I said, do you understand what I'm talking about? And he said, work. I said, that's it, man. Just keep working on your craft. And I said, now understand that as long as you up there, they always looking up at you. And they want to look right in your eyes. You can't let them do it. And I said, is that even clear? And he was like, yes, sir. And I said, now that's work. I said, don't rely on people praising you and you just get to that, man. I'm there. Because that's where I was.
That's where you're comfortable,
yeah. That's why I didn't have no mentor to say,
right.
man, no, don't be like that. Even though I wasn't no asshole or nothing, it was still... My mindset was, I know I'm a good athlete. I'm gonna be straight. And
that's
life don't really care,
That's real talk.
Real
talk.
Yeah, man. So definitely, man, Eric Thomas, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Shout out to all of the motivational speakers out there. I know pretty soon I'll be on that platform
Period.
as well.
Stamp that. Mm-hmm. Y'all look Dustin Danzie. Didi. Listen. The skin is what they call them. Look back at home. Skin. Look. So. The name of your books and where can people find you? Let's talk about it. Tag it. Let's go.
Yeah, so Do It Now, Don't Wait. You can go to Amazon and find that. That book was released in 2019. Do It Now, Don't Wait, Dustin Danzie. And then the next book will be released on my birthday, October 26th, Scorpio. Shout out to you.
Hey.
And it's called The Answer is Perseverance. It will also be on the Amazon platform. So, man, go get it. Go check it out and continue to shine, my good people, man.
Listen, we're going to have the books in here. So y'all get ready because the book club is definitely in motion right now. Without that being said, where can people find you and find the uplifts?
Right.
Let's go.
So, Instagram, man, Coach Dustin Speed. That's Coach Dustin, Dustin Speed. I'll pop up. And the uplift is the uplift_tomball. Check us out, man. We always posting about, what our athletes are doing, man. Be sure to go in and, show them your support with a love or like or whatever you do. We really appreciate it because we want them to know they are appreciated for their hard work. And that's it, man. I'm IG. I try to stay active as possible. Reach out to me if you want to, pre-order a book or whatever. Let me know. Definitely try to get it to you. And we'll go from there.
Cool. So you've been dropping a lot of gems for parents, artists, the youth. But let's close this interview out with what advice would you give, because you're always giving advice. Right. What advice would you give that aspiring kid that's looking at you, looking at how you've built a beautiful family, how you're building a beautiful establishment and foundation for your family, right, from where you've come from, hearing your story? What would you tell that aspiring kid that wants to follow your blueprint?
And man, shout out to everybody that's gonna hear these words right here, man. Just look at the world from an abundance mindset. And what I mean is most people look at the world from a scarcity mindset. All right, they see something that they want to approach and they say, man, everybody already doing that. So look at it from an abundance mindset. All right, if you know you passionate about that, you know you want that, man, there's so much in that for you. All right, so be abundance with your mindset. See the world as so much for you to get. It's so much out there. It's so much. If it's money you want, it's so much out there for you to get. It's so much. But when you look at the world from a scarcity mindset, you always stay in a dark place. All right, so always understand that. See the world from an abundance mindset. Know whatever you want is going to be provided for you times 10, but also understand you were put here to serve other people. It ain't about you. It's about other people. Serve other people, all right? Serve every day you wake up, find a way to serve people. That's where you make a difference. That's where you actually outdo whatever that is, competition, because really the only competition is your own mindset, your own attitude towards, what you're approaching, man. So wake up every day and say, I don't care who, I don't care if you're a rapper, I don't care that somebody already, rap like that, or that's what they talk about. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get everything I want from it. That's an abundance mindset. Why? Because you won't stop, right? When somebody come to a writer and say, man, everybody got a story. Don't nobody want to hear your story. No, you don't listen because you already see that's where you want to be. That's what you want to do. And you see the abundance in it and not just a comment from somebody that's full of scarcity mindset. So understand that's what the difference is the abundance mindset and understanding that scarcity mindset, not feeling like there's enough, will always damage you. And just love people, regardless of what they do to you, regardless of what goes on and the energy you getting from them. Just love them anyway. That was the last thing my mother told me on her deathbed was just love people, man. And I've carried that. No matter how dark it got for me in my life, I always maintain my love for people. Even when I thought I hated them, I always wanted, no matter, that's why people hear my story and they say, man, I didn't know. You know why? Because whenever you're talking to me, I never bring negative energy to you. I would never do that. All I want you to do, even if I know I'm dying right now, I want you to live, So have that mindset, give people light, serve people, make people feel good. You see somebody down, even if it's a stranger, just walk up to them and say whatever it is, just see it through. And I guarantee you, man, that universe, that God, whatever you say it is, man, it's going to always provide for you because you're doing something that's essential for the growth of this humanity. So, see the world from an abundance mindset, just love people and believe in yourself.
Iconix talk, guys. It doesn't get any better than this. My brother, Dustin Danzie, thank you so much for being here. Guys, listen, I don't think you know, but let me go ahead and let you know right now. If you go to Iconix Radio and you subscribe, go to the Partition podcast and subscribe. Kicks and Tricks, that's with a Z, and subscribe. And last but not least, Iconix Radio with an X, Rose Chronicles podcast. If you go there and you subscribe to all 4 pages, guys, when you do that, screenshot that, DM us on one of our Instagrams, and you will be entered to win a free iPhone 13. Yes, guys, it's your girl, Mikkel Rose, with our special guest, Dustin Danzie. Thank you for being here again. Y'all, we are out.